We just got out a showing of The Conjuring 2, which premiered Thursday night. And I actually really enjoyed The Conjuring 2. Um, I thought it was actually better than The Conjuring 1, which is great. What are your thoughts on The Conjuring 2, Frank?
I thought it did a good job of keeping like a thriller element, but also moving like the characters and developing them, and still developing characters and establishing them at the same time.
Well, what he means by that is that The Conjuring 1 is basically a story about a family who's being haunted, and they have to basically seek advice and hopefully a resolution of the possession from Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are demonologists and paranormal investigators. Basically, The Conjuring 2 is Ed and Lorraine Warren moving to a different case. So it's those are the characters that are basically the same from Conjuring 1 to Conjuring 2. This one actually involves a haunting in the UK, which is pretty interesting, across the pond. And basically, I think overall it was a very well made film. I think James Wan, the director of the movie, did a really good job with the pacing, which is the biggest thing about scares in movies, is that sometimes the movies aren't paced well, which is why the scares fall short, and you're just kind of left with jump scares in movies. What were your thoughts on the scares? Do you think they were effective?
Yeah, I feel like that they still had effect, even with the jump scares. I mean, most of them were jump scares, but yeah, it's.
No, they weren't all jump scares. What are you talking about? Did we see the same movie?
I mean,
You saw The Conjuring 2? Or did you see a different movie? Because I saw The Conjuring 2. You're basically talking about Insidious Chapter 2 right now, which is actually directed by the same guy. But Conjuring 2 is way more effective than Insidious 2. I thought that the scares were well done. There were a couple bad ones. There was like maybe two bad ones. But that's okay because when you have like 12 good ones, those two bad ones are they're it's okay. But overall, well made movie. I think it's worth seeing in a theater. So definitely don't pass this one by because you see a 2 in the title. Normally, when you see a 2 in the title, it's because the writer or the creator of the series is just basically relying on the title of the first movie to get people in the seats. So anytime you see a 2, it's usually you think it's the same thing. It's just a rehash of the first movie. This case, it's not. It's very fresh. It's a good movie. From start to finish, I really enjoyed it, and I think other people will too. What would you rate this? Like,
I'd
let's say out of 10, what would you give this?
probably give it like 8.5 out of 10.
Now, the last review I did on the Nice Guys, you gave an 8.5. Is this going to be a continual thing? Every review we do, you're going to give an 8.5?
I
Because
gave
I
the
don't
nice
understand.
guy a 7,
No, you did not.
then an 8.
You gave it an 8.5.
I did not give it an 8.
I gave it an 8. You gave it an 8.5. I watch the video all the time
I mean,
just to make it look like I have more views on YouTube. It doesn't matter. It's okay. I think I'll look at your opinion. 8.5 is fine. I think 8.5 is a good score. Honestly, out of 10, I would give it a 9. I really would. It was that good, surprisingly, for being a movie that you know you see a lot of movies like this. I'm sure. I mean, you see a lot of movies like this being made, and they're just really not good movies. They're just basically jump scares that are there's no character development in the movie. This one is a character development, uh, and I fucked that up. I totally fucked that up. I'm gonna have to totally. The video's over now because I fucked that one little thing up. What I was trying to say is this movie has really good character development, and you don't see a lot of movies with that lately. I mean, normally they just rely on the scares. They don't care about the characters, and it's just refreshing to have a movie that takes this much care with their characters, because when the bad stuff starts happening to them, you really care about them. I haven't seen a movie with characters done that well since like Poltergeist. You ever seen Poltergeist?
Yeah.
That one's really effective. You feel for those people in that house. This one's, just top notch. Definitely worth seeing. I would advise anyone to go out and watch it. It's a good little midnight movie, is what I call those. Little late night movies to watch. Definitely worth seeing in the theater. If you like Annabelle, you're not going to like this because Annabelle, I think, basically in a nutshell, is everything that I just said this movie wasn't. Annabelle relied on the jump scares. This one's a little different. But based on a true story, though. Did you know it was based on a true story?
Yeah.
Does it scare you to know that stuff happened?
I mean, it was already solved at that point, so not really, but I guess, the thought of that being a possibility is kind of scary.
So it does scare you.
Somewhat.
It should. Because that's some frightening stuff. I mean, really.
I know.
Do you ever, lay in bed at night and think about that? And, think, I could be possessed? Or my sister could be possessed, which we think she already might be.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You think she's possessed?
Probably.
I think she is, too.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no solid proof on that.
There's a lot of solid proof on that.
You think she's suffering from possession?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's possible. She's 14, so, that's... Possession could be something. Well, it's okay. Doesn't matter. Point is, let's get back because we're trailing off on a different subject here about your sister. Point is, go see Conjuring 2. It's awesome. Really, really good. I just really can't give it a high enough recommendation. If you like being scared, it's just good. It's just these really good characters, man. Ed and Lorraine Warren, those actors who play him, Patrick Wilson and I can't remember the girl's name, Vera something. She's from Bates Motel. She plays the mom on there. Awesome. They really are good actors, and they really feel for these people. So go check it out. You want to give it a thumbs up? We're going to do that?
Yeah.
Give it a thumbs up. We're thumbing this right now. This is great. So take your godson, have your godson take you, take the family, take your aunt, take your grandma, go see Conjuring 2. It's really good and worth checking out. See, I fucked it up again at the end there. I didn't even mean to.